just to get to the heart of the matter. I have a few talking points we're going to okay, thank you. Can you hear me clearly? Just let me know when you can hear me clearly. Can you hear me? Am I louder now? Am I louder now? Okay, just if you can't hear me clearly, just let me know. Yeah, okay. So and then if you have any questions, type them up and I will deal with them. Okay, fantastic. I will deal with them towards the end or intermittently. So first of all, what do you need? We're going to be talking about that. What do you need to make a pumping bra? Why do you have to get a pumping bra? I'll just give a few tips on choosing a breast pump, which I think is very important. What to look for in the pumping bra. Yeah, so that's basically it. Okay. So as I said, choosing a breast pump, what you need to make a pumping bra, why use a pumping bra, what to look out for while you're making this pumping bra, while choosing the pumping bra, and how to choose a breast pump. I think that's basically it. Okay. Okay, so the first thing, why a pumping bra? When you're shopping for stuff for your baby, there's like a list of, there are all sorts of things in the market, all sorts of solutions, all sorts of hacks and things like that. And some are, depending on your lifestyle, depending on your circumstances, some are more important than others. So there's no such thing as, well, maybe there's some useless things, yes, but there's no such thing as something that's completely useless. For it to have gotten to the product stage and to be sold on the shelves, then somebody's trying to solve a problem. So the thing about a pumping bra is if you have a pumping bra, it's like a tool that you can use to, like most people that pump, especially if they're using pumps that have two breast shields, that are pumping from two breasts at the same time, they tend to hold on to the pump as they are pumping. They place it on their chest and all that. And while some people that have only one, they just hold it onto their chest, and then so the thing is that you have to keep on holding on to that pump, like keep on pressing it against your chest to breastfeed. So what that not breastfeed, to pump. So what that means is that your hands are being engaged. That means you can't do any other thing. That means you have to be very careful, and that means you might end up taking a longer time pumping. Let me explain. Okay, so just imagine you're the only one at home, and then you need to pump. Baby sleeping, right? But you're also hungry. So if you had a pumping bra, at least, I'm just saying from experience what I used to do. I would fit this bra and I'm pumping, I'm having my meal. So I'm doing two things at the same time. I'm multitasking, or I'm pumping and I'm pumping and I'm working on a document on my laptop or my computer and all that. So if you are short on help, and if you're short on help, on support, or maybe you're going to be the only one at home and all that, and you have stuff to do, a pumping bra will come in handy. You will be faster if you use a pumping bra. because every single time, for example, okay, maybe it should take you about 20-30 minutes to get each session. You shouldn't pump for longer than that, really, or you might end up hurting yourself. 20-30 minutes. If you had the bra, this is something that's pressing the shield directly onto your breast. That's the shield, is the cup that receives your breast and your nipple to channel the milk that's coming out into the bottle. You need to apply a sustained pressure, because if you, I don't know, for those of us who pump, if you notice, the way it works is it creates a negative pressure which sucks the milk out of your breast. So there's a machine that's creating the pressure and then channeling it through a pipe to draw this milk out of your breast. If for any reason you are not pressing as firmly as you should, then that means that you're not going to be able to get, you might not even get maybe that drop of milk at that particular point in time. So it's a bit inefficient if the shields are not sort of plastered onto your breasts permanently. The chances of spillage are reduced. I'm sure a lot of people have had the experience. Like, I never ever the expression "don't cry over spilt milk" was never more real to me than when I had my first child. Like, just imagine, after suffering to get all that milk, and then maybe you place it, I mean, this is okay, so just imagine if you, after suffering to get all that milk, then for some reason, you lose, your hand slip or something, and then the bottle with the shield falls down and all that. I mean, that's going to be really terrible. That's going to be really terrible, because you might not be able to get, you're obviously not going to be able to get that back. So the chances of spillage are removed. And then also, it's also better for heavy duty pumpers. Who are these heavy duty pumpers? These are people who are trying to build up a stash of breast milk. Either they are getting ready to go back to work, or they have a preterm and the baby isn't yet out of the neonatal intensive care unit. So they are going to have to pump milk and then take to the hospital, or pump milk in the hospital and all that. So you need to have, you're not going to be you're not feeding your baby directly, so you need to have as much milk as possible, so that's a heavy duty pumper. Who else? Okay, someone who needs to go to work. So obviously, since you're going to build up your stash, obviously when you start work, maybe like a month down the line or something, your stores are going to be depleted, and it's not like you're going to wait until then for it to be depleted. So you're going to be pumping, regularly. So those are the reasons why you would consider getting a pumping bra. Okay, so now choosing a breast pump, I've done a post on this, but I'm just going to highlight on a few things. It's not all breast pumps are for everybody. You might get one that's like a manual one, which is the one where you are the one who's actually creating the pressure that is getting the milk out. And it's fantastic if you're not going to be pumping heavily. It's fantastic if it falls into your budget. And there are two types. There's the silicone pump, which we do have. And that one just it pumps out milk passively, so you just create that negative pressure and then plaster it onto your breast, and then it's gradually taking the milk out. Usually people use this while they are breastfeeding the baby on the other breast, because a lot of times we find that while you're breastfeeding on that breast, the one that is not being engaged, there's some letdown, there's some milk being brought out passively, and these are things that end up being soaked up in the pad and all that, and people have gotten up to like maybe 20-30 mils of milk. That's like that's something that's significant. So you'll use a silicone pump for that. Then obviously the manual pump, which is usually comes as one, which you're the one doing the cranking and all that, and creating that pressure to get the milk out. Then the then there are the pumps that now have like two bottles, two breast shields, and that's like for heavy duty. As I mentioned before, heavy duty pumpers, you want to get this milk out and move on to another thing. You're pumping every day. If you're going to be pumping every multiple times a day, every day, it doesn't really make sense, in my opinion. Let me not use that word. Let me say it is more efficient to have an electronic pump, not a manual pump, so that you're doing this stuff, you're pumping your milk, you've packed it up, and then you're out of there, and all that. Okay, so I've talked about why a pumping bra, choosing a breast pump. Okay, so now getting to the meat of the matter. What do you need? A pumping bra is, as I said, it's we all have our priorities. If you're not going to be pumping, if you're going to be at home all day and breastfeeding, and you want to stop breastfeeding at 3 months, that's fantastic. You don't need to get a pumping bra. You don't even need to get a pump. Just sit in one place and breastfeed your baby all day. And then maybe hand express one or two times or something like that. But if you are getting, if you have a list of things and you have a budget and you're looking at it, and then in terms of priority, a pumping bra is not, because it's an investment, is not something that you may be able to afford at the time. Because there are different brands. The ones I can vouch for are the Lansing and Medela brands of bras. Like, they're very high quality, they're going to last for a long time. Then it's something that may be low on your priority list. You might end up spending like 6, 7, 8,000 naira to get one of those. So if you have this solution is based on if you have an old sports bra that's firm and everything, and that you're willing to sacrifice. So this is just you being able to use an old sports bra. So I have 2 bras here. Okay, anyway, like I said, what do you need? You need a sports bra. Sorry, let me just turn over. You need a sports bra. So I have 2 sports bras here. I have 2 bras here. This is my old Nike. I've dealt with it. So it's a very good brand. And I'll not be using this anytime soon. And as you can see, it's worn and everything. So I have this one, and then there's this other one, well, I used to use it as a sports bra, but it's actually a medical grade garment. This was something that was used for, I think, like a breast surgery. So after some certain surgeries, like on the breast tissue and all that, if you don't want fluid to accumulate and all that, they can give you some sort of pressure garment to wear. That just prevents accumulation of fluid that could have been produced as a result. So the way this particular bra is, it has like a row of hooks and eyes in front, and it has this Velcro handle thing, so you can actually adjust it. It's quite old, but it's very firm. This one is made out of I think it was polyester, and sorry, I think I checked, it's made out of polyester. It's made out of polyester and some other I'll confirm later. So it's firm, it's quite firm, but at the same time it's stretchy. It's very stretchy. So you're not going to because you need this breast shield to be quite firmly placed around your breast, and in a way that you are comfortable, like you don't feel like you're choking, and then also you're comfortable, and also you can fit in the breast shield. So this is part of my old breast pump. Yeah, it's a Medela. This is the bottle that receives the milk. This is bottle that receives the milk, and then this is the breast shield. If you've been following us, we've been talking a lot about breast shields, like choosing the right one, the right size. This one is a size 24 millimeters, and that 24 millimeters is actually the diameter of this area, which is where your nipple is supposed to fit in. And it's very important that you have the right size of breast shield. I've done a post on the importance of getting this right. If you don't get this right, you might not pump out milk properly. If you don't get this right, you might hurt yourself, yeah. Hi. So we have some more people joining us. So this is the breast shield, yeah, and this is the part of the pump that's going to go into your pumping bra. This part is going to go into your pumping bra, and that's what's going to be plastered against your breast. So we have the bra, we have the breast shield, measuring tape. Well, you can use a measuring tape, you can use a ruler, doesn't matter. Then your needle and thread. So I already have my needle and thread threaded here. So what you do is, first of all, you wear your bra. I hope that you have the right size of bra. You put on your bra, and then when you put the bra on, you ensure that, let me just use the Nike instead. You ensure you mark off the point where, for example, you can feel that your nipple is. Let's just say the point that you can feel your nipple is like here on this side, and here on the other side. You can see what I'm doing. Yeah, so you don't necessarily have to draw a line or anything like that. So just you've worn it, and then you can use a chalk, which is something that can go away. You can also use a pen or a pencil to mark that off. Then you take the bra off, and then online there are two things there are two methods I've seen. I'll tell you what I've seen, and I'll tell you what I ended up doing myself. So like, this is the breast shield, right? So you want this breast shield. The breast shield is going to go in there like that. Yeah, this part is going to pop out. So, but you want this breast shield to be snugly fitted into this this bra. So there's some people that advocate tracing around the diameter of this breast shield like that, and then cutting a circular hole around it, doing that on both sides. But I feel that, for example, if I want to, I can still use this bra again. I can still use the one that I open up again. You want to make a hole that is actually smaller than the diameter of this. So what I actually did was I made a small slit. Now the diameter of this breast shield is 24 millimeters. So that's like 2.4 cm. So you want to do maybe 2 cm or even 1 cm, so it will fit, because it's even stretchy fabric. So that way it is snugly fit. So I just randomly create a slit with a pair of scissors. Right here, and then I have my hole in there. So I'm just going to show you what I did with this. Was what I actually used as my pumping bra, this one. So luckily for me, the way this garment is made, it actually has seams. It has seams around here, around this center area on both sides. So what I did was I just undid the seams. So I just used I used a pair of scissors, and then I loosened all this. I loosened all this up, to create that hole. The hole could have been smaller, but so on this other bra, you'd be using a pair of scissors to make that hole. And then this is what happens. So when you do that, you now pass this is what is going to look like. You you have the breast shield on this side. This is the part that's going to be against your body, and then this is the part that's going to be out and connected to the rest of your breast pump. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, that's the part that's going to be connected to the rest of your breast pump. Yeah, so as it is right now, I can actually even sew this back. Yes, and speaking about sewing, so you have two options. Either, because of the way this fabric is, it's something that you even when you make a cut on it, it's not going to fray, right? So you have two options. You can either make the cut and leave it at that, or to make it neater, you can use your needle and thread, and then hem the the parts that you've done up, you've cut off the edges of the part that you've cut up. You can just do that, and then it looks much neater. So you're going to do that all the way around. So whether or not you want to make a circular opening, that's left to you. You can make a circular opening, you can make a slit, and then you hem around there. Totally optional. And it doesn't necessarily have to be very neat. Yeah. So that's basically, that's how you make your pumping bra. Does anybody have any questions? Hi, breastfeeding NG. So that's it. That's the whole. It's just a sports bra, a very high quality sports bra. Well, this is a pressure garment that slits have been made, and the breast shield would go through there. So the good thing about this particular bra is, because when I would be feeding my baby and pumping at the same time, I wouldn't open this. This would be all sealed up. What I could take the hand down and still breastfeed my baby through there, while this pressure is being maintained on the other side while I'm pumping. Yeah, this is not necessarily going to work with a silicone manual pump, because the neck of that pump is first of all, it's silicone, so it's very soft, and then the neck of the pump is actually fatter than this, so you don't have that firmness. It can actually slip and all that. But the good thing about it is that the silicone pumps are hands-free, because what you're doing is that you're creating a negative pressure, and the silicone pump is now sort of sucking your skin, so it's plastered onto your chest. Yeah, so you actually don't need a pumping bra for a silicone manual pump. But for the other pumps, the regular ones that come like this one would be connected to, this is where the pipe that brings in that creates the vacuum is connected to this medulla. So, but you wouldn't be able to feed for this particular bra. Yes, you can feed your baby on the other breast while you're pumping, but this one, if I was going to be using the more common sports bra, the Nike this my Nike here. I mean, it doesn't have to be a Nike brand. If I'm pumping through there and I want to breastfeed my baby, it might not necessarily work out. Another reason why you would want to use a pumping bra, let me just bring that up, is the fact that I don't know if anyone in the house has had this experience where you're pumping as your baby gets old, and your baby is trying to sort of kick at the bottle that you're using to pump, and all that. So those are the areas in where the pumping bra really comes in handy. So what to look out for when you are picking a pumping bra, or deciding on picking a sport. Let me just even say decide on picking a sports bra, because obviously it's a bra that you bought before that you've used, and then you're happy to sacrifice it for your pumping ministry. You want to know your bra size. I've done a post on how to measure your bra size. you're measuring around the diameter of the area just under your breast, and you're measuring the nipple. You're measuring the also the diameter around the level of your nipple. I'll do is I'll tag that post in my story so you can see. So, but most of these bras come in large, medium, and small, but there should be a size guide. There should be a size guide for that. It should be something that's easy to clean, easy to wash. They're not cotton and all that, so you might end up, okay, I'm sure maybe there's some cotton sports bras on the market or whatever, but you are looking for something that the day you wash it is going to dry within a few hours. So things that are based on nylon and spandex, the chances are that they will dry faster. Then it should be made, I've mentioned this before, it should be made from firm but stretchy material. So you need to feel for that. The Nike, this Nike that I was alluding to, it's firm but stretchy, but this other one that's a pressure garment is quite firm. The reason why you want firm but stretchy is because, one, you don't want it to be uncomfortable as you're pumping. Two, you want it to be able to accommodate, because this is something that was already your size. You want it to be able to accommodate the cone, the cup of that breast shield, and still feel comfortable enough for you to be able to have it on for 30 minutes pumping. Yeah. So and then obviously you know that as you keep on breastfeeding your baby and as time goes on, your chest size is going to sort of alter a bit. So you don't want a situation whereby some time down the line it's really uncomfortable for you to be wearing that bra and pumping at the same time. So it's good if it's made out of stretchy fabric, so that at least you can accommodate these changes before everything sort of goes back to normal. So that is basically it. What I'll just do quickly is quickly recap. What are the things that we need? We need an old sports bra that are willing to sacrifice, that's good enough quality in the sense that it's made out of firm but stretchy fabric. I'm going to emphasize more on the firmness, more firm than stretchy, but firm. And this is the reason why you want this, is because you want the breast shield to be pressed in a sustained way against your breast, so that you can pump milk faster and more efficiently during each session. You need a pair of scissors or a blade. Hi Christina. You need a pair of scissors or a blade. You need your needle and thread. You need a pen or a chalk to mark off where you're going to make the cut. And you need a tape, but a tape is optional. So as I said before, you put the bra on, you mark off where your nipple is on both sides with the chalk or the pen. Then you take it off, and then you make you measure the I'm going to just show this again quickly. So you measure your, this is where I got this from. For those of us that just joined us, this is my old part of my old breast pump. It was a Medela double, that's it was two. It has two breast shields, and you can what's it called, pump from both breasts. So this is the part that I'm taking off. This is the part that's going to go into the bra. So this diameter is 24 millimeters, and as I mentioned before, it's very important that you have the right size for you. So what you want to do is that you want to find out this diameter. This one is 24 millimeters, already written down there, right? So that's about 2.4 cm. So what you want to do is that you have two options. Either you make a hole in the garment. Let me just bring this again. Either you make a hole in the garment. This is the Nike. So I've made these the dots here and here for the level of the nipple. Either you put this down, and then you use the pen to trace around this, and then cut around that tracing to make a hole, or you make a small slit. So if this is 24 millimeters, and maybe you want to make a slit of maybe 18 or 20 millimeters, so that it has that snug fit. So you make a small slit here with the scissors. Make a small slit here with, like, you can just hold it like that, and then just make a slit like that here with the scissors, and that is where you're going to pass the flange through. So this particular garment I used, like I said, it already has a seam around that nipple area. So all I did was I just undid the seam, around there. So once you either made the circle, or you've made the cut, or if this is something that had a seam, you undid the seam, you take your needle and your thread. This is totally optional, and it also depends on how the fabric is. If it's something that's going to fray after, you take your needle and your thread, and then you just hem that area so it's nice and neat. And let me just quickly do that. And after you've done that, this is, for example, what it would look like after you've hemmed it off. After you do that, it's ready, it's sorted out. And then when you're using it, you're putting this in like this. So this is going to be the part that you're wearing, and then you fix your breast pump, and then you pump away. Very simple. So if you're on a budget, there are other more pressing needs, other more important things in your life to get as a new mom. You can just improvise with this. We used to stock them last year, but it's quite an investment of something to, because it's not like a lot of people ask for it. People need it, but I don't know, I guess maybe they're happy to hold the pumps while they're expressing milk. So people need it, but I guess in terms of priorities, it's not something that is top on the list. So I hope it's been very helpful. Does anybody have any questions, please? Okay, no questions. So what I'll do is I'll just create a question box in my stories. I'm going to put up all the posts that have that in relation to this that I mentioned that I would. And if you have any questions, you can just type them into the box. Thank you so much, everyone who's joined in, and have a pleasant weekend and happy breastfeeding week. Bye.